God bless everybody. It is March 10th of 2024. Things are starting to pop out here. Ramadan's coming in within the, well, it says on my calendar it starts on the 11th. Um, and you have a new moon today, so that's a really cool event. As you walk into this month, and that's something that's extremely important on the Hebrew calendars and things like that. And the update I'm bringing you tonight is about a Hebrew calendar update that I'm doing on the chart. So that's extremely important. And it's really interesting that if you go from March 11th, which is tomorrow, the start of Ramadan, to the Feast of Trumpets of October 2nd of 2027, we're at 1,300 days. So there's your number. I've always give you the number, guys. Let's get into this change. So what happened? I fight with the Jewish calendars a lot because I'm still trying to figure them out. And I'm dyslexic, so it's really confusing when you push them against the Gregorian calendars, and you're just, it's probably hard for the average guy, but it's really hard for somebody like me. So I have to really sit down and look at it. I had talked to a friend a while back. I watched some videos on him because he does a lot of good videos on Jewish calendar dates, and he's extremely detailed, and I'm meticulous and detailed, so that I like that. He had indicated that the Shemitah cycle, in his opinion, at least on the video, what ended in 2029. I thought, well, how does that work? Because that's not what I have on the calendar. Now, first of all, it didn't change really anything on the calendar, okay, other than I want to make two corrections because I want to always be honest with you, give you the truth and the most proper information, and I'm still trying to get it figured out, guys. You know, I'm modifying the charts constantly because it's an evolving work of art as we move forward. Look, this is a living thing that we're working into. You know, it's not like static. You can't, it, I'm trying to figure it out as it clarifies as we move forward, and that's what I mean. You know, I've talked about these images where you're going to get you get an image, like on the 117 step chart, and I saw that, and then I saw stuff underneath it, and then it develops over time. Well, this is sort of the same thing. It's clarifying for us as we move forward. He's not going to give you all the answers. He wants us to search the stuff out. So what is the change? And like I say, this does not matter to the overall timeline. It doesn't actually change anything, okay, except I want to correct the Shemitah cycle so it's proper out here. But like I say, it won't change anything. So look at what I'm going to do here. So if you go to my free website, go to endofdaysurvival.com. You can go down here, click on this file, fifth PDF. That will take you to where our file is that we're looking at, or that chart that I've been showing you. And once you get into this chart, it's a fairly simple fix, okay? Like I say, it didn't affect the timeline at all. Everything's the same in general. I just had to fix a couple words, but it makes it proper, and that's what's most important. Is we're looking for the truth, guys. I'm not trying to manufacture anything out here. I want to always be the most accurate that I can, okay? So I'm going to look at this area here, just so you know, and then this very last sentence down here on the very end, because it's a 7-year cycle. So you've got a gap here that you have to think about. So when you blow this up, and like I say, it's actually pretty profound, but it doesn't change anything. So all I did was I know that the end of this sabbatical year was September 25th, 26th, and 22. But for some reason in my dyslexia mind, I thought that the Shemitah cycle ended in 21. And then we'd have one from 21 to 20, or 21 to 28. And I talked about how the Shemitah cycle ends in the September of 28. That's not the case. It's actually another year into it, but it doesn't, like I say, it's not going to change the chart. So I changed this so it makes sense and it's proper. So the end of the Shemitah year is on this date, and the end of the Shemitah cycle of the 2015 to 22 7-year cycle ends here. Okay, that's all that changed there. Like I said, for some reason, I don't know why, and like I say, it really, I kept looking at this, and I look at it and I think, you know what? I don't know why I keep coming back to this. And I do. I keep coming back to this because it was confusing to me. I watched this guy's video. It rung a bell. I went out, looked at my chart. I actually went out and found the proper dates. And now I'm adding them to your calendar. So this Shemitah cycle in 22 ended on September 26th. Okay. Like I say, that's all that's changed. It didn't change anything in the calendar. When you go to the other end of the chart, I realized that the last day of the new Shemitah cycle we're in right now ends on September 9th to 29. Okay, and you're going, wow, okay, that expands out a year. Yes, it does, but it doesn't change anything. And then I added this so that you can understand that there's a 7-year Shemitah cycle between 22, 29. But it doesn't change the chart because the strong generational end of the Jews is on May 14th to 2028. So you're still back in Psalm 90:10. I just don't want to confuse anyone or make them think that I'm somehow a false teacher or whatever because I can't get one date on the Shemitah cycle right because I have a dyslexia problem, okay? So I just want you guys to be aware that I made these two changes. That's all I've changed out here since the last paradigm update. I want you to know that I was wrong on this ending of the Shemitah cycle. It doesn't end in 21. It actually ends in 22. It ends in September 26th of 22. And that when you go to the end of the chart, it actually gives you the proper ending of this Shemitah cycle that we're in. Okay? But, as I said, the overall chart that we're looking at here does not change. It's the same. Okay? You're changing one little bit, little thing here, and the end of the chart. I want to make sure you still fall in the strong generation. You're still falling within the Shemitah cycle we're in now. It does not affect anything in my chart. So I have to clarify this. It's so important that we get this right. And we're working with God's word here. I want to make sure that I'm always critiquing it so it's the most proper thing I can give you because it's that important. It's not, look, this information is a conglomeration of a lot of research from a lot of years to produce a chart, and not many people are giving you this kind of information out here because they don't chart anything out. And just like in the markets, if you chart the stocks out and you chart the cryptos out and you chart this out, you know what's coming because there's patterns that form in there if you know anything about charting. When you get in here, it's the same thing. And so those charts, like I say, this is you're here. You're here. This is a living work of art as you're moving forward into time. It's clarifying for us. As I said, it would always do. It's going to reveal itself to you. Somebody's going to know. They're going to let us know before it happens so we're aware, and then it happens. Okay, and you just had Joe Biden come out and talk about he's going to split the nation of Israel and make a two-state solution. We're going to have a judgment soon. You're looking at April 8th. You're in Ramadan right now. I'm just saying, guys, there's a lot going on out here. But I wanted to correct this. It's extremely important because some people may look at that and go, that's just wrong. Well, it was wrong. I'll be the first one to admit it, guys. I always tell you that. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'll fix it, and then I'll present the best information I can give you. So God bless. Have a great day. Nothing's changed. Ramadan's here, and be safe out there, guys. The world's getting ready to change.